I had an epiphany. I was thinking that just because people are around you doesn't mean that they're with you. And the question becomes, do you have the courage to stand up and leave the table when respect is no longer being served? Let's talk about it. And I'm going to talk about VIPs. Yeah. Villains in plain sight. How to discern, how to discern deception. Let's talk about it. I'm mic'd up. Join me. Let's mix it up. Yes, yes, y'all. We are talking about VIPs, villains in plain sight. And as I even think about this, too many times we are downsizing our truth to fit people's narrative. Do I have people around me who are for me? Or do I just have people around me who actually just want to be around me because it benefits them? I want to ask you, what kind of individuals do you have in your life? I even want to ask you just a series of questions here. When was the last time you said yes when every part of you wanted to say no? What were you afraid would happen if you declined an invitation, an opportunity, a request from someone to do something that you may not have necessarily felt like doing, but you went along. You went ahead to go along just to get along. The day of going along just to get along is over. You got to shift from where it is that you were in that specific aspect to where now you're doing something different to get something different. I want to know, if you stopped apologizing for things that aren't your fault for a whole week, which one of your relationships would be most affected? Why is that? What are the physical sensations that arise in your body when you're in a group setting? You need to express your opinion that might differ from others. What takes place? How are you triggered? What do you feel? The day of going along just to get along is over. Are you willing to create healthy boundaries for yourself? Are you willing to build boundaries? Are you willing to establish? Are you willing to stand on your standards and be cool about that? Are you willing to do that? Because if we really give ourselves an opportunity, life will give us some epiphanies. We'll be thinking about what it is that we're thinking about. We'll be metacognitive. And as a result of that, now to shift us to making greater decisions. What are the who are the villains that are hiding in plain sight in your life? VIPs, people who you thought were very important people, were villains in plain sight. And that's why we have to move into a level of increasing our discernment, raising the antennas on what it is that we're thinking about, who it is that we're surrounding ourselves with, looking at people's reaction to what it is that we do. How do people react to the good news that you tell them? Hmm? Are people happy when you're sad? Are they sad when you're happy? I want you to think about that. That's a villain in a plain sight. Or are people actually happy when you're happy and sad when you're sad? They weep with those who weep. They mourn with those who mourn. They rejoice with those who rejoice. Or are they rejoicing with those who are sad? Yeah. What type of individuals am I surrounding myself with? I got to be perceptive about it. I have to discern the difference. I have to discern the deception. What is my particular perception? It's not necessarily that you are cynical. It's not necessarily that you are a person who is now skeptical of other individuals. No, 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 no. What it is that you're observant. You're empathetic. You're aware. You're emotionally intelligent. You have emotional regulation. You have relational intelligence. And because you have these particular skills that are in your prowess, because you have these particular skills that are in your wheelhouse, now you're perceptive. Now you're leaning in versus leaning back. Now you have a place of emotional climate control to where you see yourself not as a thermometer, but a thermostat. You don't allow what is going on around you to affect the peace that's on the inside of you. You don't allow the things that are happening to you that are trying to be castigated upon you by other people. No, you've moved into a particular place of personal dedication, being in alignment with your divine assignment, and then you move into a place of interpersonal discernment. Do I have villains hiding in plain sight? Villains in plain sight are those individuals who don't pray for you, they prey on you. And when people tell you I'm praying for you, this is what you have to do. You have to tell them spell it. I need you to spell it. You tell me you're praying for me, spell it. Because they're both pronounced the same way. Are you praying for me? Are you praying on me? Is it Pray or is it Prey? How do you feel? What is the emotional stimuli? What are people's body language like? What is people's body language like? What are the words that they say? Are they making tongue-in-cheek comments? Are they really telling you how they feel about you, but shrouding it in a joke? It's no joke when you got villains hiding in plain sight. So here's what I need to know. I need to move into this particular place of, number one, knowing how people feel about me based upon how they treat me. You will know a tree by the fruit that it bears. You'll know how people feel about you based upon how they treat you. Are they mistreating you? Are people trying to put a period where God placed a comma? Have they written you off? Are they only around you because they just want to siphon something from you? Hmm? Are they really in a particular place of loving you through what it is that you go through? Because here's what I understand. Doesn't matter how many scriptures you quote. Question is, are you kind to people? How do you treat people who can do nothing for you? Not about how many scriptures you know. It's about how much loving kindness you show. Am I perceptive enough to understand that? Do I have a villain hiding in plain sight? You know you have a villain hiding in plain sight. Let me take it to another degree. Is if they sully your name to people you introduce them to. Why is that? Because some people only talk bad about you because they lost access to you. They lost the privilege of talking to you. And here's what you can't do. You cannot downsize your truth to fit their negative narrative. You cannot downsize your truth to fit their negative narrative. Stop shrinking yourself to fit in places that you have outgrown. Stop shrinking yourself to fit into relationships that people you've outgrown. With people that you've outgrown. Listen, you don't try to put your feet into your baby shoes. When was the last time you tried to slip your feet, your big old feet, into some baby shoes? Into the shoes that you wore when you were 5 years of age. You don't even own those shoes anymore. You can't find them shoes in the daytime with a flashlight. Why are you trying to retrofit yourself into relationships, patterns, systems of belief, stinking thinking that keeps you sulking and sinking, negative perceptions, relationships that you have outgrown? Hear me. People will always accuse you of acting different when they can no longer disrespect you. They'll always accuse you of acting different. Here it is, when they can no longer manipulate you. And you know you're in the hands of a manipulator when they make you feel bad for what they did to you. Get rid of those villains that are hiding in plain sight. If you see them, point them out. What does scripture say? Mark them that cause divisions among you and avoid them. I got to withdraw. Why? Because you're making more withdrawals than deposits in my life. Withdraw from people who are making more withdrawals than deposits in your life. That's what you have to do. Have to make up your mind and make a decision to do that. Do I have people who bring victory, or do I have villains? Here's another thing. You know you have a villain if they pull you away from your vision. Let me talk to you. You know you have a villain in your life when they pull you away from your vision. You can't recognize a villain hiding in plain sight if you're just one. You have to be a person who is a visionary. Yeah, a visionary. You know what VIP stands for? Very important purpose. Very important purpose. Very important person. Not just a very important person, but a very important purpose. Do I have individuals in my life who are pulling me towards my vision or now separating me from them? Are they pushing me towards my vision or are they pulling me away from my vision? Do people want me to actually be better? Do people challenge me to get better? Do people speak life into my life? Do people encourage me? Do people applaud me? But here's the thing. Do they also challenge me to get better? Do they not just tell me everything that I want to hear, but the things that I need to hear? Do they see, here it is, that a win for you is a win for them too? Can they cheer you on if they're not on the field at the same time as you are? Come here. Come here. A cheerleader will cheer on a basketball player, a football player, without being in the game. Do they only have to be in the game with you to cheer you on? Or can they do it from the sidelines? A cheerleader is not a quarterback. A cheerleader is not a shooting guard. A cheerleader has pom-poms. A cheerleader is always speaking that which is encouraging the teammate, encouraging the player, encouraging the team that they're rooting for. Do I have cheerleaders or do I have chumps? Do I have champions who are challenging me to get better each and every single day? Why? Because a win for you is a win for them too. They're growing to another level, getting better, becoming bigger, setting healthier boundaries, and soaring to another dimension. That's what it's about. Do I have villains in plain sight? Or do I have a very important purpose that now attracts those types of persons, those types of people into my life? My Eagles community does all of that in regards to the fact that we are very important persons, we're very important people with a very important purpose. Once you join my community, where we go further and farther than we do here in these types of talks, conversations, levels of communication and teaching, you want to get the real insight, the strategy, structure, solutions, and systems to take your vision to another dimension. Go with me, check me out, connect with me, get more information, learn more by going to theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com. I appreciate you sticking and staying, checking out many of the things that I have to share and say, and how we can grow together. Listen, it's yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand, your brother. And I mean that from another mother. Family has been fun, but brother got to run. So I want you to know it's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy. Yes, it has been beyond measure, but I want you, yes, I'm talking to you now, to remember to keep the faith and believe it's going to be bigger, better, brighter, peace, and a whole lot of love. Keep soaring higher. I realize the extent of your development is connected to the extent of your investment. What I mean, invest little, develop little. But we're investing much into you as you invest in yourself by developing your purpose, developing your goals and your dreams and your ideals and your ideas, shifting you from ideas to income. Where does this all happen at? I'm so glad you asked. It takes place in our Eagles Academy. All you have to do is go right now to theeaglesacademy.com, tap the join now button, fill out the form, be transformed, to shift your ideas into income, your contacts into contracts, really to grow your ideas, your impact, and your influence. You owe it to you to invest in you. And as a result of it, now you are able to be coached and mentored and be a part of our live trainings with yours truly. Yeah, with me, along with a host of other leaders and trendsetters and trailblazers and accountability partners. No one grows in a silo. The power of mentorship, it takes what I've learned in years and months and I give it to you in minutes. What I've learned in decades and I can give it to you in days. To be a part of our private Facebook group, to get guided feedback through our Eagles Nest reflections, to get access to all of the content, all the live sessions and the trainings of business development, of financial stewardship, of the impact and empowerment that only takes place when you go right now to theeaglesacademy.com. Again, when you get there, tap the join now button, fill out the form, be transformed. But it doesn't just stop there. You want to develop your book? Then guess what? You are an aspiring author. You need to get my bestseller book blueprint. It's available right now. accessidentity.org/author. All of the insight of what it is that I have used to write 18 books and be a best-selling author. You owe it to you to get your hands on that. You also owe it to you to get my Successful Speaker Strategies download. I'm telling you, whatever you're building, you can build it better if you use better words. Let me show you how to develop your communication. There's an art to communication. Let me show you how to develop that. Go right now as well to accessidentity.org/speaker. And then I am blessed to pastor the Remnant Worshipers Church. I want you to be a part of the church that I am pastoring at right now. is such a great thing of what it is that God has fashioned us to do. And it's taking place right here in the city of Detroit, 10 a.m. every Sunday. 6 p.m. we have prayer on Tuesdays. And then 7 p.m. on those same Tuesdays, we have TNT Tuesdays. Truth and Transformation. It's amazing. You want to be a part of it. Go right now, trwchurch.org. And then I want to see your face in the place this Sunday at 20470 Hubble Street. I'm doing my best to save you a seat. Powerful prayer, praise, and a preach word. Can't wait to see your face in place at the Remnant Worshipers Church.